What's up, All-Inners, and welcome to another episode of the All-In Podcast, a podcast for casual leaguers. I am the League Dad, and as always, I'm joined by the boys. We've got Kevin, Mitchell, and Alistair, and we are here to recap all of the action from the Lock-In Tournament. We just had the quarterfinals. I think pretty much everything kind of went as expected, I think, and there was no upsets or anything. But before we get into all of that action, guys, what's up with you all? I need to know. You know, people need to know. They're clamoring. They're really just wanting. I'm getting tweets and emails like, how is Kevin, Alistair, and Mitchell doing, man? How is their rank climb going? How are their league games going? And so you got to let them know, guys. You got to let them know. So what's up with y'all?
Yeah, I'm hanging out,
Yeah.
playing some league, doing some like plat competitive. It's really intense. I might play in a
Nice.
league, I might not. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Oh, we applied. It's called Excellency. Who
Nice.
knows? We could play in it. Yeah. Otherwise, we're undefeated in the lit tournament. We definitely didn't lose our last game.
Undefeated,
Wink, wink, wink.
except for the games you lost.
Yeah. Except for the games we lost, we're undefeated.
No biggie.
We're the best team in the tournament. So yeah, that's life.
Hey, so you got any spicy picks that you've been going, or are you guys doing standard stuff? Who you liking right now in the jungle? Because you're jungling, right?
Yeah, I'm jungling. Who do I like? I mean, I'm a monkey at heart, so I like playing Wukong, but my team doesn't like it as much, so I don't play it as much. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna
That's
pick
strange.
up Udyr.
It's thematically on point.
Yeah, Udyr.
Oh.
I've definitely been hearing a lot of chatter about Udyr. We're seeing an LCK, even now in LCS, and I believe LEC. And
Such a stupid champion that just kind of runs at you and kills you.
yeah, and I think
Yeah.
now with the the buff to Chemtank's cost, it's lower now, right? So I think
Olaf
that's-
is gonna get nerfed next patch too, so
Yeah.
I think Udyr will
thank
be the next run
God.
at you champion. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think, with
Hardest
the meta
counter
kind of
smear
being
in the
just a lot of fast clearing, Udyr is definitely one of those things, and he's got CC. He can do a lot of stuff. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool to see him get some
But
love.
if I play Udyr, I'm
Yeah.
going full AP.
Yeah, of course.
Like no chem tank. I'm
Yeah.
going Riftmaker or Protobelt into like Lichbane, Deathcap.
Yeah.
Maybe some Nashor's Tooth in there. I don't
Why
know.
why
Just for
wouldn't
fun.
you? Yeah, that
All right.
that sounds good. We'll do that for sure. All right,
Ban it.
ban
You're
it,
scared,
ban it.
ban it.
If you're playing against Mitchell, ban Udyr because you don't
Yeah.
want to see that animal coming at you. Alistair, how are you doing? You been climbing any more rank? You challenger yet, man? You're our hope. You're our big hope on this podcast.
Your NA's hope. Yeah.
You're the all-in podcast hope of making it to challenger, so we can say we have a challenger player on the show.
Yeah.
How's it going, man?
Hmm.
That face that you're making right
rough
now
recently.
is not. Yeah, it wasn't the
Yeah.
happiest face that I was hoping for. So, I mean, what's happening, man? What's going on? Let us know.
Tell me.
Tell me.
Not much. I haven't been playing as much solo queue because it's been not very fun.
Mm.
Lots of off rolling.
Mm.
Really, there's just so much autofill right now. I mean,
Really?
I've won all my off roll games, so that's nice.
So
Other
does
than
that mean a lot of
I mean,
people
still
want to play AD carry right now?
I
There's a
don't
lot of
know,
autofill?
man. I don't.
I'm just trying to reason through what that implies, which is
Yeah.
very strange to hear.
I guess so. I mean,
Interesting.
I don't know. I think a lot of AD carry men do thick skulled to change roles because they don't want to. But
Yeah.
I mean, that describes me.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean,
Yeah.
The amount of times.
So is it true now? I was seeing in Reddit posts that people were saying, like, I guess around your elo, like they would losing a tremendous amount of LP and then gaining just like hardly any, and then they tweeted, or I think Mark Yetter tweeted that there was a kind of an issue going on and that they were going to fix it. Was that happening with your games, or did you not really notice?
It's been that way in High Diamond for like years now.
Okay.
It was the reason it was more talked about last year is because it was kind of happening in every elo, especially in like preseason.
Okay.
I didn't really have that much. I didn't have that problem as much as most people did because my MMR was super high from when I hit Masters and I had a good win streak. So even though I had high MMR and I was getting like even losses and gains.
Yeah.
But I know if I have friends who are like in plat, they were gaining 12 and losing 23.
Yeah, that's
So,
crazy. Yeah, I think that was
Not
the
me.
issue, is like seeing it in different in different elos. So yeah, that I think they fixed it. Hopefully they did. I believe they patched that, so should be good now. What about you, Kevin? I've been seeing you playing a lot of ARAM. So you're
Yes,
still holding
sir.
off on the ranked right now, huh?
I always do. I always just wait till the end of the season because no amount of the gameplay is just so different between the beginning and the end of the season, and I learn the game way more by the
True
time
that.
that time happens. I only
Definitely.
have so much patience for League of Legends ranked.
Yeah.
One season I started early and I played against Masters and Grandmasters players in Plat 1, and I was really happy about that. So
Yeah.
that was season 9. And I was like, all right, well, we'll wait. We can
We'll
always
wait.
wait. But I mean, I've been having a good time.
Nice.
Just playing a bunch of different games as usual. Still Valorant and Apex and Warzone and
Cool, man.
whatever and ARAM. So it was a good time. Team Liquid's the best team in the league. So
Oh boy,
very
yeah.
happy about
I
that.
can't even
Is that
disagree
true?
with you. I
Is
can't
that
even
true?
disagree.
If you want to put someone up, we'll talk
He
about
said
that.
right now. He said right now. So yeah,
Yeah,
let's we can get into that because we did have quite a quarterfinals. Like I said, I don't think there were any surprises except for the fact TSM won a game off of C9, and look. I didn't even expect that, so I'll take that as a win. But let's start there, right? TSM versus C9. Do you think that's more of a good sign for TSM that they were able to win a game, or is that a bad sign for C9 that they would lose a game to TSM as bad as they are? I mean, what do you guys thoughts on that series? I mean, C9 definitely pulled the win. I don't think anybody's expecting them to lose, but a couple moments there, here and there. What do you guys think?
Definitely second half. Definitely second half. Like, I can't believe Cloud9 actually lost that first game. Like, they should
I was
not have lost
surprised.
a game
Yeah.
to TSM. I don't know. Like, it's power removal on Lucian. Like, I'm not really afraid of that, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how they lost that game. Blabber went Ionian boots on Hecarim. That seemed really weird.
That is really weird.
For all you Hecarim abusers out there, like, don't do that. That seems bad.
Yeah.
He first bought it. That was his first item he bought. I don't know. I think Perks is still really struggling to like find his groove.
Noticeably.
Very noticeable.
Yeah.
It's actually super strange to watch.
It's really not good because it's not like he's not. I feel like he is usually in the right place at the right time and like he is following up and stuff. It's actually his mechanics that are the problem.
Mhm.
That's the weird thing to me. Like his mechanics look really scuffed. Like I don't know. His Akali gave me like heartburn, man. That was painful to watch. Yeah. Someone else
Always like
talk about him.
super high pick ban everywhere else, and then here like it gets through pick ban sometimes, and if it's played, it's usually not that great. Like Palafox did decent in that losing game, but like it's been super underwhelming in NA as always, like NAJs. Talking about Perks, like so far he's just kind of filling the role. I think that they let him try his gate playstyle the first game on Yone, and then they're like, "Oh shit, we lost.
Yeah.
A game we shouldn't have lost. Let's just default back to the way we always play," which is weird because they have a new coach. It's not not Rainover. What's his name? It's not Reaper anymore.
Yeah, it's Rainover.
So like,
Yeah,
it's
they
very
do.
strange to me that they're still doing the exact same
Yeah.
coaching that they so far.
Yeah.
Still lots of room for them to improve. I think that they're going to work in his carry style at some point during the
Mhm.
regular season. I hope, because otherwise there's no point in getting Perks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's actually a joke.
Why is he here when he looks just like Niski, but maybe even worse than Niski? Don't
Well,
know.
end of the season, Niski was worse than this. Beginning of the season, Niski was better. So
Yeah, Niski was better at some points of the year
Yeah.
than Perks right now. I still have faith in
Yes.
Perks, but yeah. What do you think, Alistair?
I mean, if you want to be completely honest, I was almost tempted to put TSM over C9 in 2-1.
Ooh. Hey, he's coming around. He's coming around.
I don't know. I just
Coming around
I
to a
felt
different
like TSM
delusion?
wasn't playing, and no, it's. I felt like C9 wasn't playing well, and TSM has a history of just randomly winning games. No one expects
true.
them to win.
That is
That's
true.
true.
Yeah.
Especially
So
against
I
C9.
almost put that.
Yeah, especially against
Exactly.
C9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
they
mean,
apparently have a losing record in history to C9 by like
That's
6
interesting.
games. Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, it was surprising.
Huh.
I mean, I will say I think it was bad that C9 dropped that game, but at the same time, I think Sven played really well.
whoa, what? Did you
Hey,
just
he
say
did.
Sven
Whoa,
played really well?
No,
It's a
credit
all-in
where credit's
podcast
due.
first. All right.
I will give credit where
Good for
credit
you,
is
man.
due, and Sven played really well.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, for sure.
Is this his
Yeah,
redemption
he did.
arc for Alistair? In Alistair's eyes, Sven the redemption arc. 2021 is the year.
Well, okay,
He ga-
it hasn't been a pivotal game yet. We still got to see him come through in the clutch because
I mean, it's technically playoffs, and he's been playing decently already. Like
I
the fact that
guess.
C9's not fooling around with full damage like mid laners on perks to give him practice makes me feel like they care about this tournament. That's my take at least. Because otherwise, they should still keep running Yone and whatever the hell he wants in mid lane instead of Galio. If a team didn't care about a tournament, there's no way they would be running Galio, in my opinion, because you're not learning that much.
No, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, wait. You're saying Galio because everybody knows how to play Galio already, or?
No, as in like it's not the style. It's not what they bought him for, right? If they wanted him to get stage time for his like the ideal playstyle they want this player for, they would not be running Galio. They're trying to win these games.
Yeah,
obviously, learning Galio is useful. Like I'm not. It's always useful. It's I would actually argue if you're going to practice, sometimes putting time to Galio is probably the most efficient for a win-loss record.
Yeah.
But that's the point being is that like
why
there's a little bit more at stake than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think we can all say that the expectations of what we were. I mean, I think we all understood that there was going to be some adjustment period. I just don't think that we were expecting this much of discrepancy between expectation and what's actually happening in the beginning. Again, it's still early. Maybe a bit of overreaction, but it's disappointing.
No, it's because, very disappointing.
Look, even if he wasn't with the team, like on a team level, team macro strategy level, you're right. His mechanics haven't looked the greatest, and that's kind of what he's, what you're expecting from a player of Perk's
supposed to have crazy. He's supposed to have the best mechanics, man. He's supposed to come in here and dominate.
Yeah, and he hasn't really been playing that well. So,
yeah,
I mean, and I don't know. Again, maybe it's the. I can chill a little bit because I got paid, or I don't know what it is. And a solo queue environment. There's tons of reasons why he could be starting like this. But look, hey, the good news is that Blabber, the people from last year's roster, Blabber, Sven, Vulcan, they're playing amazing, and so that will at least carry them through. Whatever quirks they got to work out through Fudge, through, Perks working out this stuff. But on the flip side, let's look at TSM a little bit. Sorry. I mean, it's okay to laugh because I'm hurting inside right now. I'll take it because, look, I'm glad that Huni picked something other than Gnar. And I will say, people kept flaming him for the pick. I don't think it's the pick because Gnar's being played in LCK and LPL, and it's just him. I don't know if it's him. It's him. So I don't think it's necessarily the champion, and he might be saying, look, it's good, it's working, but he can't execute it, or the team can't execute around it, whatever the case. I'm glad that he tried something else, and he had some moments. Again, he wasn't playing the greatest, but he did have some good moments on Gragas, so I'm okay with that. Again, he's still gonna have to prove a lot more for what I'm expecting. I'm also kind of, look, I know Power of Evil's good, and I've been giving him a lot of crap, right? But I want to see more, man. Like, and I just don't know if, like, I just not feeling it. Like, I'm feeling like he's not really showing me anything.
To his credit, I think to both Perks and, like, Power Evil's defense, it doesn't feel like mid lane does too much right now. It feels weird, right? But it feels very jungle and bot heavy right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It feels like mid lane doesn't do much except, like, scale and then come up in team fights. Like, they just shove waves back and forth. They rotate to scuttle. Sometimes they roam, but for the most part, they just sit mid and wave clear. So it's kind of hard. I don't think Gnar's that good, especially not like not in competitive anyways. They're so good about playing around Mega Gnar. I don't know if Gnar is very good.
People have been trying to make it work, but I'm kind of on the boat. I still have yet. They must be seeing something I'm not seeing, but I have yet to see why.
If it's scrims, it's probably because he just like plays way more aggro in scrims, dominates lane on Gnar, and starts popping off. But like, if you don't do that on Gnar, and you sit around scaling with like other champs, it's not that good. I don't know. You gotta win lane.
Yeah,
I would much rather have Camille in that spot than that.
Oh yeah,
Camille,
absolutely.
If it's left up.
Yeah, I mean,
Gragas seems to be doing really well for everyone.
Gragas is good.
Oh yeah,
except for Licorice.
Dude,
Except
like,
Licorice, yikes.
Oh god.
yeah, Huni and Licorice Gragas versus Impact's Gragas was just like night and day, man.
Yeah.
Like Impact's Gragas was so clean, he looked like a Gragas main.
Yeah,
And then the other two just like could not hit the angles on the ulti.
yeah.
Oh no.
It was yikes.
I mean, and going back
See,
to
I think Hooney's Gragas was acceptable. I think it was okay. Licorice,
It was okay.
It was okay.
we can just not talk about.
I think
No,
his
that
Gracchus.
was-
I think Cooney's Gracchus was fine. He had a really good barrel at Baron. A couple good barrels.
yeah.
But he had a lot of
Licorice
whips.
probably
I think
solo
he played
lost the
fine.
game.
Oh, yeah.
Licorice was so bad in this series.
Oh my
He looks like the
gosh.
worst player on that team.
He
Like Fudge is
It was
just
like
breathing
the
a
worst
sigh
player in
of
the
relief in the
league.
background because like Fudge was not looking great and he's talking crap, but he at least was replacing someone who's looking worse
Yeah.
so
True.
far. So far.
Yeah, Licorice has had a 0.9 KDA in their series against Team Liquid. It was not a fun time for that dude. But I want to go back real quickly to what you were talking about. Maybe mid laners don't really do anything right now. You may have a point because we're seeing a lot of TFs and Galio succeeding and this roaming style mid laner making plays on side lanes and then playing for objectives, dragon stacking, getting rifts. So you may have a point there as far as like, that might be more favored or slightly skewed towards a better play style is in playing for side lanes, diving, 4-man dives bot, as opposed to just playing for lane. And you might be right in the sense that if Perks is a lane dominant player, maybe it's just not, he can't get enough of a lead or whatever to really make that work. Whereas somebody like Demonte, who's a decent mid laner, but he's excelling right now playing the TFs and the Galios. You're really starting to see like, he's got a tremendous kill participation rate, as well as a good KDA. So again, it might be stylistically, but that series, okay. Everything else was, pretty much, I think, expected. Was there anything from these series that, you wanted to highlight as far as like something that you guys were excited about? Because it all turned out pretty much as expected. Team Liquid beating FlyQuest, EG beating Golden Guardians, 100 Thieves beating Immortals. Not really much to say there. I do think 100 Thieves looks really good. Guys, got any thoughts on them? I think besides Team Liquid, I think Alistair, you were right on this one. I think they're a contender. I think it might be between those two who will be the winner. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I will say that for 100 Thieves case, I think they're very good, but someday, like as we mentioned last week, like Sunday's not that good on this team so far. Like he might be better than Solo at times, and if he went to Worlds like today, maybe he would perform better than Solo's performance. But like honestly, it almost feels like he's getting dragged along for the ride. There are definitely times where I'm like, he should be winning this matchup hard, but he's actually down 20 CS with a kill and jungle help.
And he's
It
getting
doesn't make
Renekton
any
a lot.
sense. Yeah, and Renekton should be broken.
Yeah, he's getting Renekton a lot. He's not really, I don't know. I feel like it's also his mechanics. He seems to be in the right place at the right time, but he's not making the mechanical plays that I feel like he should be. Like things that seem obvious in spectate when we're watching, I feel like he doesn't do. Where Impact 100% does it every time on Renekton at least. Yeah, it's really interesting. I think it's funny how low key Impact was, and he's really turning out to look like the best top laner so far.
Yeah. That's
his
true.
roster swap. Yeah.
And that's why it'll be interesting, and we'll get to it, is that, their matchup coming up, because it'll be Impact. I believe they're playing each other, right? Impact against, isn't it EG versus Team Liquid? Let me see.
Or is it
yeah, it is. On Saturday, they're
EG
playing each other, so it'll be nice to see
his old
Alfari
team
versus Impact. But we'll hold that off for now.
Alfari looks good.
Yeah, he looks
He's
really
so
good.
Oh,
I've been telling you
so
guys.
Insane.
I've been telling you
Okay,
guys
I'm
he
a
was good
believer.
in EU.
I'm a believer.
He's insane, dude.
He
That
is
guy's
really
so
good.
freaking good, man. I don't know.
He's what Liquid's been looking for so long.
Yes.
Like just someone who can put pressure. Because Impact is a great rock, but they had too many rocks and not enough like just crazy outplay potential. Camille picking.
I think Impact, at least domestically, he can play that like aggressive lane dominant style, but like I'm just curious about what happens internationally, where Impact was always the tank player, the defensive player. Does Alfari pop up at Worlds too? I mean, it's a long time from now, but
I mean, that's what you would
He's
hope.
so good. Yeah.
You would hope to have some versatility there, but it definitely helps if you're good. If you can take the pressure off the rest of the map just by
I
yourself.
don't
So
I don't know how Alfari has been on such dog teams in the past.
it's
Like,
great. Yeah, it's great that he's
why?
shining.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
so
mean,
early.
because Australia's buying out the OG and making OG like that is theoretically
Mhm.
a huge esports like venture, and they thought it was going to be a sick team. What was it like? Alfari, Nuke Duck, and a bunch of other players, and they
Alfari,
got
Nuke
like
Duck,
mad into the 10th.
Cersei, Upset. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
tell me that on paper it
Uh,
doesn't look good,
it
right? Like, I
does
would have
look
signed up for
really
that, and then they
good.
played together. They just bombed.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
bad management, probably.
I would also, since we're on the EG 100 Thieves matchup,
Hmm.
I would also say
Hmm.
100 Thieves, it's really still hard to judge them because they've played against a lot of teams that have subs on them, right?
Yeah, of
They
course.
played, the entire modal roster was an academy team.
Yeah.
When they beat Team Liquid, it was with Greg. Like, I do think they're, probably like top 3-ish, but like, I think they're gonna sit at the bottom of the top 3. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. So, I
yeah.
mean, yeah, let's talk a little bit. I mean, your thoughts. You're right. I mean, I think they've had a easier road to get
Hmm.
here, but regardless, you still got to win those games, and they've been doing
Yeah.
that, and they've been doing it really well. I mean, Sven Skaren seems to be playing really well. We already talked about Impact. I think Jizuke is doing fine, and Deathly and Ignar are all playing well. So it will be interesting for us to see them against like the upper echelons of bot lane specifically, because when they have to go up against Tactical and Core and Ven
They got
Vulcan,
first blooded.
FBI Huni, yeah. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna be pretty interesting to see that. I do think. Again, I think it's still early to tell, and they've been playing easier teams. It'll be interesting. I think this will be a true like kind of litmus test of where they'll be or where they're actually at when they play this
Should we
coming up
should
week.
we just predict EG versus 100 Thieves right now since we're talking about it? Everybody like can give their thoughts.
Well, I want to, but I really quickly I want to talk about real quick. What were your first impressions of Jose Dioto?
Oh.
Because this
I think he's damn good.
he's good. I mean, I think
He stacks up, dude. Yeah.
yeah, he's really good. Even though they lost in the
He lives up to
quarters,
the hype.
he did play
Yep.
well during their play-in game. Still, I mean, they got the 2 wins there on Friday. So yeah, I just wanted to hear what you guys thought, but I definitely thought he played well, and I'm excited to see how they develop. The rest of the team, I don't know. Like Licorice is looking pretty hot, like a hot mess, but we'll see. How they go on. So I just wanted to get your thoughts really quickly. Anything
Yeah.
else on the rest of the matches or Jose Dioto or whatever before we move
Jose
on?
I
Dodo
was
is really good. Yeah. Let's go ahead.
I was concerned he would be another Levi where like he would just be on the bench or just like not play
Yeah.
after being a superstar at Worlds on a worse region team. But he came in and he came in hot. Like that time he level 2 or 3 flashed on Lilia just to burn the opponent jungle or mid laner's flash. I'm like, what? your laner has no way to follow up, and the other guy just flashed out of fear. Then he took chickens. I'm like, damn. All right, this is what we're gonna do, huh?
Efficiency. That's an efficient
He has a
gank.
lot of good instincts. It definitely feels like him and Licorice aren't on the same page. That 2v2 up top against Liquid was one of the most disgusting misplays I've seen in a while. But Licorice mostly did the misplaying
Yeah.
by taking turret shots and random damage.
I think
from
I
Kennen.
think they're in a different book.
Yeah.
They really are. Like it's
Ooh.
bad. But I think Jose Diaz is a very positive light on that team. I hope he can break that 2023 contract he's got with them and join a better team, or they can put a better team around him because he looks like a good
Yeah.
piece to build around, like kind of like a closer, sort of.
He looks like what Licorice was supposed to be, right? Comes in,
Yeah.
just starts dominating, literally zero scrims practice, like nothing, right? Just starts
Yeah.
playing really, really well. I would be interested in putting Jose Dioto on like a carry champ like Lee Sin or Graves and
Yeah.
building comps around him. Because they're building comps around Licorice, right? With Aurelia, or like their mid laner with Akali, Palafox, and they're kind of not performing super well. So I'd be interested if FlyQuest tried to change their identity, maybe play around jungle carry, play more supportive champs who give up lane to invade, maybe for Jose Dioto. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, I
I'd give
mean,
some credit to Palafox. I think he played quite well, at least in the Akali game against Liquid, despite how much his top side of the map was losing. But I do agree that they should probably play around the jungle more, just because this meta seems more jungle focused. There's not a single mid laner who looks like a superstar right now. Like
yeah.
Jensen's
agree.
theoretically the best mid laner in the league.
He
and
doesn't look very good.
Nothing
Yeah.
looked that good.
Honestly,
looks
I
like the
think
worst player.
Demonte looks like the best mid laner right now.
I'd
If you're talking
actually
about
agree with
performance,
It's
I
just
that.
would
meta.
probably agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
If you're talking about performance, Demonte has done the best right now.
I agree.
I mean, this is what we always talk about when it comes to Demonte is, does the meta fit him? It's the same thing with Blabber. If it's a tank jungler meta, Blabber's going to run it. If it's a
We did see
control
that
if
last-
it's a
yeah.
control mage mid lane, it's not Demonte's
Yeah.
not gonna be great. If it's a roaming style, team play oriented meta, Demonte is gonna be really good, and that's what we're seeing right
I
now.
also think like I don't want to underplay how strong like or how important it is that they have such good synergy. Like you could see how together they are in their shot calling. Like their roams, their
100%.
dives have been on point. So the fact that four of them plus someday have played together for a while and kind of have that chemistry already definitely gives them an advantage in the beginning, and that's something they can build off of, right? While everybody's still trying to get adjusted to their new teammates and that sort of thing, they already have a leg up. And Demonte, yes, is playing well. It might be his meta, but I also think the team synergy is just also really, really good. Like I said, I think them and Team Liquid. I think as far as synergy goes, maybe they're even the most synergized right now at this moment. But let's go ahead and look forward to the predictions coming up. Let's recap what we did last week. Now, it's kind of a little bit tricky because they had plans on Friday, and then we only made predictions for that on the show, and then quarterfinals were Saturday and Sunday, and some of us didn't put their predictions up. Me, because I was out, and so
He predicted TSM. He
we'll
just
go
wants
through.
out.
I mean, I didn't even need her. You knew I was going to vote TSM anyways. But let me go through the play-in stages just so that at least we could see that, since that was on the episode last week. So we all got the C9 versus Dig game right because we all voted C9.
Yep.
We all got the 100 Thieves game right. But we all got the EG versus FlyQuest game wrong. And the coin got that right.
Yeah, that was surprising. That was
yeah.
Hosey Diodo gap.
Yeah, exactly. Team Liquid versus TSM. If you guys remember, I almost put TSM first, but my head prevailed and I voted Team Liquid at the end. So we all got that right. And then finally at the end, really the only difference here is that Immortals versus FlyQuest, me and Kevin were the only ones to predict FlyQuest to win that one.
Yikes.
And so it was 4-3. Me and Kevin got 4. Mitchell, Alistair, you guys got 3.
Okay, to be fair, Immortals put in their entire sub roster.
Yeah,
They
that's
literally
true.
put in their entire academy roster. They didn't put their main, because they have some of
Yeah.
their main roster that were
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
and they didn't put any of them in.
Man,
So I'm tilted.
It's just don't hate the player, hate the game, man. Just say it.
Why?
I mean, compare. Who do you think's gonna win? Potluck, or who do you think's better, Potluck or Xerxes?
Definitely
Xerxes.
100% Potluck. No, Xerxes. Xerxes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
Mitchell's only saying Potluck because he played against him in ARAMs.
I did. I played against him in ARAM and Nexus Blitz.
Wow.
And I beat
Potluck
him.
is fairly good, though. I mean, honestly, he did a lot better than he did last time around, but Xerxes should be on another level, comparatively speaking. At least
100%.
just in terms of raw experience and aggression, like he plays a really good style
Yo,
that
Xerxes-
should be good in NA.
Yeah.
He took a game off FPX and SKT at Worlds
This
2019.
is true. I don't
So
think
he's
TSM has
insane.
ever done that.
No,
Mm.
they never have. TSM has never beaten Faker. I don't think a single North
No.
American team has ever beaten Faker.
Yeah, that's a
has
good
C9
stat
taken
to
a
look
game
up.
once?
I'm
Wait,
not sure.
I
That
don't
is a
think so.
really good
C9's been in a
stat.
lot of group stages with SKT.
Yeah,
I don't
would-
think
I
they've
would,
ever
I would
taken-
actually really like to know that because that's a.
I know Fnatic and G2 and a lot of European teams have,
yeah.
but I don't think a single North American team has.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, let's go to and for the record, I think Kevin, you said you predicted all the games in quarterfinals, right? Alistair,
Yeah.
you got
Me
all
and Alistair both
Okay.
predicted all the games. I just predicted the match record, right? That's
okay. All right, cool.
all.
All right, well, it doesn't count.
I
so
predicted the
whatever. I'm just
games. Sort of.
CLG had a game off SKT at MSI.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay.
Oh,
let's
wow.
go.
2016.
The year they got to
Okay.
finals.
Yeah, it was
Alright.
group stage. Yes, the Aurelian
Yes,
Soul.
sir.
I remember now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember
It was
that
the
game.
group stage where
my
SKT almost didn't make it to playoffs. They were like getting destroyed by everyone, and then
They were getting destroyed
barely
by
inked in at
Flash
fourth place.
Wolves.
Oh
I
my
remember.
Yes, sir.
gosh.
Yes.
Yes, sir. What a legendary MSI.
Yes.
All right, let's go to Friday's match, which will be 100 Thieves versus Cloud9. Let's break this down, man. Because top lane, I think, is gonna be.
This is hard. This
Yeah,
is a
but-
hard one.
Okay, we got to look at Fudge and Perks here because Perks, yes, good. Lately, not so good. Fudge is still Fudge, and then you got Evil Geniuses here, man. I mean, sorry, 100 Thieves here with Demonte and Someday. I mean, I'm thinking that's got to be 100 Thieves' favor, right? I mean, especially right now.
I don't know, man. It's really gonna depend, I think,
Hmm.
of the bot lane, right? Whoever, because it looks
That's
like
true.
Vulcan is always going for kills in bot lane or roaming. If whoever support gets unlocked, right? I really think that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough.
That is going to be tough.
I
I
will
guess
say-
it would say, sorry, Alistair. I guess it would just say it's kind of like mid and top for 100 Thieves, and then maybe bot lane, I think, I do think C9's bot lane's better, but I don't know if it's
Really?
gapped.
Hmm.
I don't think it's gapped as wide as I think mid and top will be at this moment. That's all I'm going to say. All right, Alistair, go ahead.
I'm not sure if I agree about the bot lane because just for the reason that I think Huhi is playing better than Vulcan. Like Vulcan in game 1 against TSM was just sprinting it. He was always the first one dead in every single fight. He was
He
I
died
don't
6
know.
times.
I just feel like we've seen much more Vulcan inting than we've seen Huhi inting. And I think that's
What a world.
What a world.
like I think if we're looking if we're ranking or we're going by what lanes look better, I think 100 Thieves is gonna have better top laner.
Yes.
Jungler it's probably pretty even to be honest. Mid
I think it's
I would
Blabber
give
favored.
to Demonte.
I think Blabber favorite too. I think I agree with Blabber.
I agree with you, but I think Demonte is gonna carry that matchup. If you want to be completely honest.
Yeah, Demonte is gonna push the mid matchup, the jungle matchup.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And a
And
pride
then
dude.
bot lane I would say is pretty even. So I'm gonna go 3-1 100 Thieves. I'm just gonna go right out the gate.
Hey, shit.
Yeah, I'm
I-
actually going.
I'm gonna
going
stick
with
to
you.
my guns. I said it's gonna be 100 Thieves in the finals, so I'm gonna stick to that.
Stick to it, dude.
I'm with you on that, actually, Alistair. I'm gonna say the exact same
You guys
thing.
are going 3-1. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I am.
and it's
I'm
not a knock.
curious.
It's
Same
not a
time last
knock.
year, though.
Yeah, but it's not a knock to like C9's player. I just think as of this moment right now, and I said it earlier in the podcast, I think it's gonna be 100 Thieves versus Team Liquid. I think those two are the ones that have the most cohesion right now and are playing best as a unit. Doesn't necessarily mean like talent wise, maybe not, but right now in this moment, I think 100 Thieves is the better, more cohesive team. I think they got their drafts together. I think they got their strategies and execute them well. And yes, you have some synergy with C9, Blabber in the bot lane, but I don't know. I think it's going to be a difference in mid and top for me, and I think it's just going to be too much for C9. So that I got the same thing. So me and Alistair are both 100 Thieves 3-1. All right, your guys'
And the
turn.
coin.
What? Oh, what's the coin? Same thing?
3-1.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Thieves.
Okay.
Coin is
It's-
smart.
I was gonna say like about a couple of months ago, we were saying the 100 Thieves bot lane was better than the C9 bot lane by far. I don't know what changed, but
Did
seems
I
like
say
it
that?
leveled up. You said
Yes,
that,
you
yeah?
did. You actually you said it last week.
We,
Damn.
we
Well-
yes. We literally were saying like
Tiptoe past
Kuhi
that.
and FBI are either the best or
Damn.
second best bot lane in the whole LCS. And then
Wow.
last week you said something similar too. So
I
dude,
don't
I'm
even
like sitting here
remember
like,
this.
what timeline am I in where suddenly C9 looks better? Like I'm on the same page.
Guys,
Everything's
trust
a better
me.
team.
Guys,
But
trust
bot
me.
lane wise,
Hey, I'm a
I'm just
TSM
like,
fan. I'm
ooh.
so used to going back and forth that it like my mind's all crazy.
yeah, I
so.
mean TSM just gives you
playing both
whiplash,
sides.
man.
I'm playing both sides.
Yeah.
Playing both
here,
sides,
man.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
Brain lag.
So I think the closer is still smarter than Blabber, but as far as performance, Blabber's actually playing decent,
Yes.
so that's
Like
fine.
really well.
Yeah.
Demonte, we literally 2 minutes ago rated him as the best mid lane performer so far in the tournament. So I mean, there's that. I think the
Yeah.
bot lane's still Hoopy and FBI favorite. I don't know if Zen and Vulcan have leveled up enough because yes, I saw them play against TSM. I don't think TSM is a good team right now. The
No.
fact that that was even a remotely close series is disgusting.
100 Thieves
C9.
played against an Academy roster in Immortals. Just remember that, guys. Just
Yes,
remember
and
that.
That's true.
But they didn't get
Yeah,
smashed
but they
or
also
anything.
blew out C9 in the first week.
Yes,
did
they've
they?
already played
Oh,
it.
they did. Yeah,
This
game
matchup has
one.
already happened. Again, once
Yeah.
again, I
Yeah,
think it's
they blew
either
them out and
3-0
they had no
or
subs.
3-1. I mean, Barb's then or Perks getting his form, maybe it'll be a 3-2.
That was
or they
EG.
could win.
That wasn't 100 Thieves.
Yeah, no, I think
Was
I
it?
don't think they played. Yeah,
Oh,
because
it
they're in
was
100
different.
Thieves
EG,
and
you're
C9
right.
haven't played.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
Oh,
in
right, they're in
different
right.
groups.
yeah.
Either
That was
way,
EG.
I'm still on the 3-1 as well. Or it might be a
Ooh.
3-2. Like C9 has enough time to train a bit, but like it looked really. I rate TSM really lowly after watching the way they played, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
good lord, those were
me
close
too.
games. Like
Me too,
Uh,
unfortunately.
you guys are insane. I'm going C9.
You've been on the C9 hype train since the
That's fine.
beginning, though.
I have
So,
been, dude. I'm gonna keep.
Hey, he's taking to his guns.
That's fine.
I'm criticizing
but-
Perks. I'm gonna keep saying he's bad, and I'm still
Okay.
gonna say, but he can pull it through. He can change all of our minds. All it takes is one series for him to pop off, and everyone will be like, okay, we see a little bit of Perks. Plus, if Kevin, what was he saying, right? They're clearly trying to win if they're playing Galio, TF, and
Yeah. Yes.
and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Perks is just gonna play Galio and be like, I will be Demonte 2.0. Fuck it, you know?
I'm gonna
I'll
take-
just be a
he's
better
gonna take-
version of Demonte.
He's just gonna take
Yeah.
Demonte's
Yeah.
picks or something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're
He's
right.
just gonna
Okay,
say
you know what?
YOLO.
I agree. I'm changing mine. I'm 3-2.
Hey, I did it!
3-2. Oh, but you're still
3-2 for
100 Thieves.
3-2 for 100 Thieves.
Okay, so you're just changing
Oh,
I mean,
yes,
like it'll be
sir.
closer. It'll be closer.
It'll
the
be
game.
I
closer.
All right.
Because
That's
I
good.
thought about it, I'm like,
Closer,
yeah, you know,
yeah.
with him, if he if he starts playing characters that are like closer to what Demonte's picking, that's actually a problem for their pick ban a bit.
Yeah.
So
Demonte's
I
got 3
agree.
picks. He's what does he
Yeah,
got?
he-
TF, Galio, and like Zoe, right? Like what else does he
And
have?
for Kiana.
Yeah, ooh, that'd be hype.
that would
Yeah.
be. I would love to see that. And I
Okay.
hate Kiana.
I'm gonna look up
So do
what
I.
is what's his face played. Demonte. Let's find out. Let's take a peek. Okay.
I know
Stop
Galio and
giving
Twisted
him-
Fate for sure.
Stop giving him Twisted Fate, guys. Stop.
And that could
It's
be
not
a
a
thing.
secret. He's good at that
Yeah, I
character.
mean that could be a
Yeah.
thing where they force him to. What if they force him to play like a control mage or something?
Yeah, he has a 0% win rate on Oreo. Okay, he played it once, but he's
Yeah.
literally only won on Twisted Fate, Galio, and Akali. His one control mage game, they lost,
Yeah.
right?
So just ban him out.
just ban him
Oh.
out.
And
Take-
Akali's
take
going to be out
one.
of the picture anyways because they're nerfing her. So and they're playing on 11.2.
Thank
Oh, they
God.
are.
Yeah, they're playing on 11.2.
She'll
They
still
all
be in.
agreed because it's going to
She'll
have the
do it.
Gale Force nerfs as well.
That's
Which,
right.
again, it probably won't make a big deal. Longer cooldown, but
It might be. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I think those
see,
cooldowns
see.
mean a lot. For,
Yeah.
When you
Pro
don't.
see.
play, I don't think it means as much. In solo queue, I don't think Gale Force is worth buying. 90% of the
Yeah.
time.
Solo queue is
you don't?
rough.
I've been building nothing but Gale Force and loving it.
I thought Gale Force was the
I
solo
don't.
queue
I think
special.
90 seconds. 90
Yeah.
seconds is way too long. in-
It's
for
pretty
skirmishing.
long,
At least
but I don't know.
Sure.
it's I don't know. There's fights too often for 90 seconds.
It's,
Just
you make a
remember-
good point. Yeah, you
I've-
make a good point. Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone
Well.
remember League Dead and Silver, so you know
Hey
it's a little
man, it's
different.
fine. Whatever.
That is true.
But I have been on a Graves winning streak. Thank you very much. OPGG me, man. OPGG
Hey,
me.
yeah.
OPGG me.
Let's
Anyone can
go.
win at Graves. I'm sorry, Glee Dad. As
Come
the
on,
jungler here, anyone can win at Graves.
Come on, man.
But I applaud you for picking him and actually being smart enough to use him.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you guys just pick Graves if you need a
I
jungler
picked
with
Fleet,
prio
but I
scaling?
just hate the fact.
carry.
I just like full damage, man. Like I just want to see
Yeah.
them go boom. You know what I mean?
I like Dark
Kraken.
Harvest. It's more fun.
Yeah. But all right, we're getting off track here, Mitchell.
Yeah. Well,
You're
on track.
C9 for
I'm
sure.
C9.
But are you saying like what 3-2, 3-1, 3-0? You thinking they're gonna? How much
I'm
faith
gonna
do you
go-
have in the perks?
I'm gonna
the
go
$12 million man.
3. I think 3-1 is always the safest, right? Isn't like the average? That's the average what almost every series is. I
Yeah.
think it's 3-1. So I'm gonna go 3-1.
All right.
'Cause I don't actually know what the game
Uh-huh.
score is. It's gonna be so draft dependent, guys. Right? Like
Okay, yeah.
I feel
think
like
so.
if Demonte gets his stuff and Cloud9 is a bunch of dum dums, they're gonna get rolled, right? I really do. If we see Demonte on TF or Galio, I'm giving 100 Thieves the win just from draft. If he's not on those though, I actually think C9 should be favored.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah, in most normal universes, C9 should be favored. I'm
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
close to switching to them, but I watched that TSM series, so
So, but let's assume Cloud9 is not a dum dum and they don't let 100 Thieves get Galio or TF. Do you guys think Demonte can play 3 wins, right? 3 wins without
Mhm.
TF and Galio. They can win 3 times against C9 without like. Are you guys serious? Like, I don't think it's gonna happen. What is he
3
gonna
wins
play?
without TF or Galio.
Right? Like, C9 is gonna be blue side at some point. They're gonna get first pick Galio. Okay. Then what? Demonte is gonna be forced. They ban TF. Demonte is gonna play Akali into Galio. That's a losing
I mean, the
matchup.
problem is that their bans have to be mostly centered on closer, and sometimes someday too. There are some really high value picks up there that you just can't let through right now, like a Renekton or a Camille. Even if you argue Sunday's not playing that well top,
You trade
you
him.
gotta get rid of Olaf. You got rid of either Camille or what's his name, Renekton. You got to get one of those two.
You trade
and
him.
Then maybe Nidalee.
You take. I mean, maybe you take the losing matchup, right? Maybe you take Camille into Renekton, but.
I mean, you make
So
a
I
good
agree.
point. You got me thinking.
So that will trade out Demonte's power, but then
Yeah.
they get a super power pick on one of the best players on the team. Like but the problem is Demonte has so much value on those characters without him being important to the team.
Yeah, it's like
important player.
It's kind of a shame if you have to ban out Demonte. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like banning out Golden Glue. You're like, man,
like not a knock on Demonte, but again, like there's other players with other champions that you don't want to have either. It's like, which one would you rather have?
Like who though, right? Okay, so you don't want to give Olaf over, but okay, so let's 2 bans, right? We let's say we're blue side C9, right? You take the Galio, you ban the TF.
Nidalee Renekton. I mean,
yeah, okay, Nidalee Renekton, but then what if you play Camille into that? I mean, it's a little rough. You lose the matchup, but if Fudge is like losing the matchup, but you have a Galio, then you have Camille Galio, right?
Oh, so you're saying that even if they get Renekton first pick, then we can double pick the Galio plus another pick we left open.
We get Camille, okay, you take the Nidalee, we take Talia, right? You take Talia, we take Olaf. There's enough power picks that if you don't ban them, you just get them too. You trade them.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
You got me thinking. You got me thinking.
Right?
You got me thinking, man.
What if Vulcan?
Man,
gets
I just want to
Alistair?
say that Mitchell does this every time. I make my prediction, and then he starts talking. He starts saying all these things, and it messes with my head, man. And now I'm so confused. But I'm gonna stick.
Logic, I'm really weird.
I'm going to stick to my guns just because. Gosh darn it! I can't go back.
I love it. I'm gonna do this every time too. I almost convinced you guys to predict CLG against TSM.
I've talked to Mitchell enough to know when he's BSing.
That's not BS, dude. I
did make a good
any of that.
No, you made a good point.
There's a bit of it in there.
Yeah.
You don't want to take Camille to Renekton Nidalee. That sounds
Really
miserable.
don't. She gets her knees blown out, dude.
Yeah.
It's rough. In pro play, you can't afford to get blown out that hard.
You don't want to, But then, but it's still, you do have the Camille, right? Okay, let's say you get killed once or twice, and you go down 20 CS. But then you have Camille Galio. Then you just kill the Renekton whenever the Nidalee is not there, or you take Talia and you 3v2 them. Like, it works.
I don't know if you just kill the Renekton. I don't think that it really happens that way. I saw Alfari play cheater Renekton so many times. You have 2 globals.
But if you have Talia Galio, you have 2 globals. You're gonna kill the Renekton by himself at some point.
You can definitely set up plays for it, for sure.
And then I don't know, like you can't. Vulcan, I think, has like 100% win rate on Alistair right now. I think he's won 4 games in a row, or something like that on him. So, like, you don't want to give him Alistair. It's insane. He's looking like Core JJ from 2019. Like, he's actually crazy.
On one character, but yes, he is looking really good on one character.
Yeah, his Nautilus is
That's still pretty good. Shoot, if I could be like
that was a really scuffed Nautilus.
That was a really bad Nautilus.
Really bad. Okay, let's move on to Team Liquid against EG. Is anyone going for EG? Like, I know we talked them up. I think they're...
Ooh, I don't think this is just Team Liquid flavored, guys.
Oh, okay.
This is close.
I think it's pretty Team Liquid flavored for me.
I will say traditionally, I've always voted Liquid against EG because it's a scripture for Liquid fans. Like, you can't vote for EG there, but EG has always done quite well actually against Liquid.
Yeah,
and they have a better roster now. So
come on, man, Alfari, yo. Come on,
Alfari is much better than most top laners in the league, but Impact is pretty good at
great matchup. Who's hyped for this? I really want to see.
I don't think top lane's going to be that. I don't think top lane's going to be that spicy. I'm hyped for the matchup overall, but I think that Impact's just going to sit there.
What if Impact picks Shen?
Gragas.
What if Impact picks Shen? It's like, Let me
Shen
show
is
you.
Oh, that would
good
be
right
pretty.
now.
That'd be pretty. Has anyone picked Shen yet?
No,
Like ever?
No.
no,
I'm
Shen is
curious
so
why
good.
not. He was super prio, right? Did he get
Yeah,
nerfed?
he didn't get nerfed. No, Shen is really, really strong right now. Like super, super annoying strong. You go Sunfire Titanic, he does so much damage.
Yeah, he does. I felt it personally. It's not
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, I
So
think
do
it's a great
I, a
matchup
lot.
though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of superstar power on both teams. EG like looks like they're firing on all cylinders, and I would like to see the matchup in bot lane, especially because like Liquid has what soul killed or duo killed both their bot lanes 5 out of 6 matches is the stat everyone keeps throwing around. Like that's ridiculous, guys.
Mhm.
Okay,
I'm just gonna
Alice. Yeah.
this slightly hot take. If this was TSM doing this well right now, everyone would be like super hyped. Like, look how aggressive and sick these guys are. Like doubles popping off. Like
Yeah.
What?
TSM's the future.
I'm hyped over Team Liquid's
Yeah,
bot
but
lane.
but you're just like no, not just the bot lane. Like Team Liquid's not getting that much hype right now. It's because they're not as popular of a team, and
I
like
think
it
it's
makes
because
sense.
it's what people expect.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
That's-
TSM got super hype before, and we expected
But
them to do
also,
well.
but also, Team Liquid. Again, most of their rosters. Well, I won't say most, but I mean, I think Alistair's along the same lines. Like, just that they're known to be good because they have good players. I don't think, and now that we've seen Alfari, I don't think it's like too much of a stretch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm hyped over Team
True.
Liquid's so insane, dude. At
Yeah.
least they're bot and top. Their jungle is decent. Santorin's looking decent. Jensen's look like he's pretty bad, honestly.
He's kind of
he
just
looks
there.
pretty
He's
bad,
honestly
but
just showing up.
he looks pretty bad, but he's performing well numbers wise. I mean, he's not maybe
Your numbers
impact-
are always going to be good when you're smashing the enemy
That's
team.
When
true.
you're in the winning team, yeah. When you're top and bot or just
I mean, he hasn't made
rolling.
any plays where I'm like, oh, nice.
Are you
like,
did you see his shockwaves? What?
Yeah.
Did you see his shockwaves? He missed like 4 in a row, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, no exaggeration. He missed 4 in one game. Maybe
he
it was
looked like he
3.
was limit testing in a winning game, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever,
Is it
man.
limit
but
testing to miss a shockwave? That
Maybe
just
it's
seems
just
No,
maybe
bad.
it's just
no.
like it's the syndrome of getting paid too much. Like you get paid, get that paycheck, like perks, and they're just like, oh, you know what? I could chill now. I could do whatever I want. What are you gonna do? I
I'm
already
just
got
gonna
the
miss
money.
this shockwave.
It's fine.
Maybe
It's
he
all
made a
good.
bet. Jensen will miss a shockwave and still win the game or something
Yeah.
like that.
he,
I don't know.
he looked in the room at Steve, and he's like, I'll do it again.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Renew my contract again, buddy.
All right,
Yeah,
so I'm
anyways,
3-1
Liquid's
Team
hype.
Liquid.
They
I'm
should
3-1 Team
I
Liquid.
agree.
Okay,
I
so
agree.
you're
They should
doing the
3-1.
same thing.
There's definitely a match where EG will probably pull off a good draft
Yeah,
and
sure.
like get some great Ignar roams or like win a lane through some kind of like good strategy. But I just think Liquid outclasses them in every role except for mid. Except for
I want to hear Alistair's thoughts on Samira. Why are they prioring Samira so hard?
If you want me to be honest, I don't actually think Samira's that good
Yeah,
in
I know.
competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I know you know that, but I don't know if everyone else does.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
For the reason that she's so easy to cancel. Because once you cancel her R, she's not a champion. She's easily to blow up and she's in the middle of your team. And she's squishy. I don't think most of the time she's worth prioritizing, especially over something like a Kaisa. I think the reason she gets picked a lot is because she's the best AD carry for like bot lane, river skirmishes kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Would I rather have killed on Samira or Kaisa? It's Kaisa every day. Unless for some reason some team screws up their draft so royally they don't have any CC that they can save for Samira.
Yeah.
Like if you see the enemy team pick Udyr, Samira's not playable.
Team Liquid played Samira into Jose Diodo's
yeah.
Udyr. Into
they
Udyr.
literally laughed at him. I mean, like
Into Maokai, into Aurelia, into Seraphine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I think Liquid just doesn't care because
because
they just win laning phase. They just win
Yeah.
lane, and then they
yeah, I
win
think that's
game
just
from
because Liquid they're just so much better than
Mhm.
the enemy team. But if you put, I think if you put Svenskeren on Udyr and you put Tactical on Samira, it's going to be a different story. It's going to be a lot harder to play.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, do you think that Team Liquid was sandbagging, egoing by picking the Samira, even though Kaisa is up, even though it's into an Udyr? because it's pretty interesting seeing. I was wondering what were these Samira picks from Tactical Core GJ, and
Yeah.
I know they still win
Okay,
lane.
here, let me rephrase.
Okay.
I think Samira is bad. I think Samira is like mediocre if you're just doing a farm lane. If you're sitting there and you're just farming and you're not killing them, Samira is
Mhm.
not worth playing. If you're going to solo kill bot lane over and over, Samira is good. Samira's
Okay.
really good,
Hmm.
but she
Okay.
has to snowball, and that's why she's working on
Team
TL.
Liquid.
Let me put it that way.
Okay. No, I can see that. Yeah, because that is what they're doing. So it is kind of like, but it's more of a flex and less an optimal, right? Like I guess they're playing it to win lane, but like if you're gonna play it into a Seraphine Maokai, right? You better get some and they did get kills, right? He
They
dove the
did. They
tower, they get a
smashed
double
those
kill,
guys.
they
Jesus.
smash
Yeah.
those
Oh, yeah.
guys, but like they're not playing it because it's optimal. They're playing it because they're better. So is
I
what
mean,
I'm
yeah.
trying to argue. Deft.
No, I agree with you on that. To be honest.
Yeah. Okay, so definitely an Ignar. I don't know how good of a bot lane they are. It's still kind of untested, but they're definitely better than Johnson and Diamond so far.
Yeah.
Johnson, I think, actually
Currently.
played pretty well in this series. Diamond is running it.
Yeah.
Diamond's really
It's really
bad
sad.
Definitely
so
been
far.
a disappointment so far.
So I'm just curious, where is the bot lane priority going to be? I hope that we're on the same page, me and Alistair, with like, if Tactical and Core J they know they're just egoing Samira kill lanes, then I hope they start prioritizing Kaisa when it matters, right? Then I
Mhm.
would favor Team Liquid in this. But if they're just picking Samira into Udyrs and stuff, like I'm a little nervous about Team Liquid if they don't understand. They should understand, but that's just been my
Hmm.
worry.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about the entire
My
Team Liquid series.
The
I
other
mean,
thing is, I really hope no. If someone picks Samira against Team Liquid, we better see Core JJ pick Blitzcrank.
that would be sweet.
Samira into Blitzcrank
That's
because
all
the
I'm gonna say.
ulti for shield bow.
Yeah, the ulti hard counters her. It instantly cancels her ult and breaks shield bow.
Yeah.
So she just dies instantly.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
He also
But then
he also has a knockup for some god awful
Yeah.
reason. He used all like. There's just so many ways you can't mess up that matchup.
Yeah.
but you
Yeah,
can win
Um,
wall
it's so
the
reliable.
hook. You can
You
win wall the
can win
hook
while
though.
hook. This is true. At
So
least I
and
think you can.
You can,
yeah.
but Samira is also super short range, so you just pop W and you can run up to her.
Hmm.
Plus,
Yeah.
you can just play Peel Blitzcrank and just wait for her to go in.
Hmm.
You don't have to
I'm
solo
curious
kill
why no one
Samira.
has picked it then. If it's a good counter pick, I just don't know bot lane that well. So
Well, because Alistair's in the
I
game.
think I think to be fair, I think the reason people haven't been playing as much is because Leona, Alistar, Nautilus are all pretty solid into Blitzcrank.
Yeah, you don't want to play
So
Alistair Leona into Blitzcrank, man. You just win if you get hooked.
and most people don't prio their last pick counter pick in support either.
Yeah.
At least
exactly.
All right.
Um.
Well, so
So
with all of that said, is that what's hinging your decision here on Team Liquid or uh, you know,
Evil
yeah, Evil
Geniuses.
Geniuses?
I don't know, man. Svenskeren looks pretty good right now, and Centaurn looks good too, but I don't know. It's hard. This is such a hard one. I think this is closer than just I'm voting Team Liquid for me, but
You're voting Team Liquid. Okay.
I'm voting Team Liquid.
Yeah, like all those words. I'm voting Team Liquid.
Yeah, I am. I mean,
Look, I
it's
think
really
you
hard
said it.
not
I think
to.
you said it
Yeah.
already in when you were analyzing. Look, they're picking Samira, and it's confusing to you, and it's just because they're better. So
yeah,
if they
it's
could
just
do
'cause they're
that,
better.
and where theoretically it shouldn't work until like the Udyr and the Irelia and the Seraphine, and it still did. They're just styling on you now. They're just
They're
smurfing
just
on you.
better.
So they're
I
just
think they're
better.
better.
So I think
Yeah.
if anything, that should give you enough reason. So, but are you saying this is going to be like a close 5-game series, or what's your?
I don't know.
gauge?
I'm gonna go. I kind of want to go 3-0, but I think I'm gonna go 3-1. I'm gonna go 3-1.
So far, we're all 3-1.
Welcome, my brother.
I know. Welcome,
Yeah.
welcome to the club, Alistair. What about you? And the coin as well.
Yeah. See, I don't know. On one hand, I think Team Liquid's gonna end up screwing something up and it's gonna go 5 games. But on the other hand, I feel like they're not gonna screw anything up and it's gonna be a blowout.
Yeah, that's what I
So
was thinking.
I honestly I say I'm going Team Liquid, but I honestly have no idea what I'm gonna say, what the score will be.
Okay.
So you know what? I'll just bite the bullet. I'll say 3-0. No one else said it.
3-0 Team Liquid?
I'm just gonna go
3-0.
for it.
Okay.
Yep, Team
Yeah.
Liquid.
What's the point say?
Alistar, don't come back next week and be like, I should have gone with my gut and voted 3-1.
Yeah. I know, because we're all 3-1.
I could just hear it right now. Also, what does the coin say?
Hey, look, while you're flipping that, a question. So, do we get a point for predicting the right team and then an extra point if we get the games right? Is that how it would work?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I think that's probably fair. Because
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
hard to
that
guess
seems-
the right games. It's
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
easy to coin flip between two teams.
Okay.
Yeah. I also think that I agree with Alistair, where I think it's either a 3-0 or a 3-2 are more likely than a 3-1, right? I think we'll be surprised about how close it is, or we'll be surprised at how much of a stomp it is. But
Yeah.
3-1 is kind of like Team
3-1's
Liquid is
kind of
better
a
and they made a
stomp.
mistake.
I think it's so when I say 3-1, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're definitely going to win. The one game is that I think like anything can happen, right? Like I think you can
Yeah.
adjust, you can
The ego game 3.
The
Yeah.
ego game 3, or like they decide to let something through they shouldn't, right? Maybe
Yeah.
they give Seven Scared to Olaf or something, or
Exactly.
they get Renekton to Leah, and they just like let it through because they think they can beat it. Because
And
like
I
there's
think,
also
I just saying,
Yeah.
I think EG is good enough of a team where they can pull a game off. Like if this was like
Yeah.
Immortals or something, then yeah, 3-0 all the way.
yeah.
You know, but yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm saying.
I also think Team Liquid is definitely, if they're egoing Samir bot lanes, they're definitely like this is their training arc tournament too, right?
Yeah.
They might think they have a counter to Renekton Talia, or they might think they have a counter to Olaf, and they want to try it out maybe,
Yeah.
right? To see if
Okay.
it works in the finals.
Well, that's pretty scary then, I think, if they're just
Yeah.
like trying stuff. All right, Alistair, what'd the coin say?
Coin said 3-2 Liquid.
Ooh, he's going the
Ooh.
other way.
All right, so here's
No one has.
we
Watch
got-
EG win.
we got
Oh,
one
God.
more thing to do, and that's basically
I really don't want to see that again.
I mean, it would basically all of us have 100 Thieves versus Team Liquid in the finals, except for you, Mitchell. So,
I got C9.
so are you predicting C9 to win the whole thing?
I was like a week ago, but now I don't know. I think I'm going Team Liquid. Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
we
gonna go
might as
Team
well
Liquid.
say Team Liquid, and then I guess go with the games for you. How many games? I mean, I guess you would have them going up against C9. So
Yeah. I think TL is gonna 3-2 C9. I think it'll be like TL is clearly better, but then C9 like clutches some super weird ass wins. And then TL is just gonna be like, they're the better team losing, that stuff. Like, yeah. Like, honestly, it's kind of funny, but that's how I felt like so much of what happened last year in playoffs. All of those 3-2 series was the better team won the series, but they kept making mistakes in the other games that actually went to 5 games.
Mhm.
I felt that happened in every 5-game series last year.
I agree.
Yeah.
It was a wild year.
I mean, I also
Yeah.
think it's going to be Team Liquid. Obviously, I think it's 100 Thieves against Team Liquid, but I think Team Liquid's going to win. I think it's going to be close. I think it'll be 3-2. I just think that they're both the best teams right now. Again, I think Team Liquid individually is better. But I think right now that I think 100 Thieves have the better like synergy at the moment. So I think it'll be close.
I think if it's TL 100 Thieves, it's a 3-0 for Team Liquid.
Okay.
They're gonna ban TF
Yeah.
Galio. They're gonna gap him in the mid lane so hard. Yep.
TL with Brock's a 3-0 that last roster, and TL upgraded 2 times. Well, 1.5 times, I would say.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, they got Sunday, but like it's not gonna make a difference. Liquid never had
Yeah.
a problem with Sunday either.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not gonna give closer Olaf and have Grig on their team and just lose. Like, it's not gonna
I
happen.
will say TL's drafting has still been ever since they got Jet. Like on average, they have probably the highest or one of the higher percentages of just drafts that you come out of like, that was fairly intelligent. There's like some kind of thought going on through it.
Yeah.
Like
Except that Olaf game.
Except
Yeah.
that all. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
true. But I mean when you have Armeo as your jungler, you're just like,
Yeah.
was that Olaf game? No, maybe that was a different game.
No. They gave closer Olaf. Armeo was playing Lilia and did absolute
Yeah.
jack shit. That was where Team Liquid, they got the first blood at like 1 minute on
Yeah.
the bot lane too.
Yeah. Oh no. He lost
Jonas
to
Mero.
Graves, didn't he?
No,
He lost to like a
Closer
shield
was on-
boat Graves just healing off of his ass.
I thought Closer was playing Olaf, and then
It could have been another team that just like destroyed Armeo, but they won the game anyways. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Olaf because I
That's
remember
true. That was the one bad game.
and then Jensen was on Cassiopeia, who flashed in with no mana. I remember the game very vividly.
I do remember that. I do remember that play for
That
sure.
Flash
was
auto!
was that a Grace? Okay, I don't remember what that game was, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
If it was Lily, yeah. Oh, it was a Nidalee game where he inted into Grace. Yeah, okay. Armeo's just not that good right now.
He played all right considering he was a sub, but yeah, he's not.
Yeah,
he's
for a
not,
sub,
he's not LCS.
like I would
ready.
keep him on as a sub just in case, but like he's not gonna start over.
Maybe he's
Santorin,
better
and
than
Santorin
Potluck.
plays well.
I don't know.
All right.
We'll
Well,
see.
Kevin, what are you saying here? Team Liquid?
Oh, I'm 3-1.
Oh,
for the finals?
Yeah, for the finals.
Oh, it'd be a 3-0 if it's 100 Thieves 3-0, if it's C9 it's 3-2. I
Okay.
also agree. I think that in the finals, like C9 is a good team. They probably could show
I guess
up,
we
but
should give our
if
predictions.
they were
for-
able to
PGC
beat 100 Thieves to
finals.
get to the finals, that also means that ostensibly that C9 is much stronger than we thought they were.
Mhm.
So therefore, then they would be a 3-2. Because I still think Liquid outclasses them currently, but
They're way
momentum's
cleaner.
just hell of a thing.
TL's way cleaner.
Should we allow 2 predictions though? Because if you predicted,
Well, no, I mean we're
Wow.
probably gonna. I mean, we could probably do the prediction in the chat after day one. I'm just saying.
No. If you
you're
guys
asking-
don't predict C9 to win, I get
Yeah.
all the points.
Yeah,
you
that-
guys don't
agree.
get any
Oh,
final
no,
points.
that's
yeah.
what you're saying.
no, I agree
Oh.
because if Mitchell doesn't get C9 right,
Hmm.
then he doesn't
Yeah.
get a point for the finals.
I
and
don't
we
get any
do.
of the points. Yeah, I don't get any of the
so
points. I'm fine with
I
that.
think I
Okay.
think that should be the case. So
Okay,
I'm
I
doubling
like that. I
down.
like
yeah.
that.
So
I
Kevin,
like
you're
that.
predicting
baby.
3-0 against 100 Thieves because that's
Yes,
who
sir.
you predicted
Yes, sir.
100 Thieves.
Because
to
that's
win.
the universe
Yeah.
that will play out probably.
Exactly.
Most
All right.
likely.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
all
the
right.
one I'm
now,
betting on.
So now you, Alistair, what are you saying?
Dab.
Because you have Team Liquid versus 100 Thieves too.
Honestly, I'll go 3-1 for TL. I think against.
We all have
100
very
Thieves.
different finals predictions, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, we do.
I think they're gonna randomly drop a game. I
Mhm.
think in one of the games, Core JJ and Tactical are gonna overextend against FBI and Huhi after what happened last time they played against them in lane, and somehow they're gonna manage, or they're gonna get hard camped bot. Something's gonna happen. They're gonna end up dropping at least one game.
Yeah. I also think Jensen has a propensity to run it down right now.
Yeah.
He really has been playing like just literally to fail. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's because he doesn't need to do it. Like when you see bot lane like 2-0 at 2 minutes, and you're the mid laner. You're like, all right, we got this.
Yeah.
Pack it up.
That,
But I
that,
don't
T-
know. Jensen
that
hasn't
TP
shown
bot
up.
lane, he's a Cassiopeia at like
That
level 3.
was so freaking funny.
That
Yeah.
was hilarious.
You see him go
the
into
TP,
it,
whatever,
he's just
right?
like-
The TP is whatever, but he flashed forward at
Yeah.
no mana, and I was like, "Oh Lord!"
You see the
Lord.
moment where he realized he messed up. He's like, oh. But then he just starts
Wait
running
a
back.
second.
Wait, there was
guys.
also an Alfari play though in quarters where he went TP'd bot. He had a hugely top naturally. He TP'd bot, didn't ult as Renekton, used his Q, then died to like a Lulu, and I was like, or a Janna or something. And I was like, what the?
Yeah.
That's
I mean, he
funny.
still proceeded to dominate on Renekton, but that was just like one of the silliest looking plays I've seen in
Yeah.
a while. I was like, oh my god.
That's one of those plays where bot is yelling at his team to be like, I solo killed my lane, TP bot, save me, and both laners are kind of like, I don't want to go, but it's Core
I'm
JJ,
scared.
so
My
I'm gonna
KD
go.
is gonna drop if I go.
Yeah. Or like, I'm about to leave this whole nice juicy wave, or I have a perfect freeze built, and they're like, I guess I'll TP bot.
I mean, it's good to see that they're trying those plays though. Like Liquid just looks so aggressive. We haven't seen an NA team play like this aggressive since like season 6 and 7 TSM.
Yeah.
I
I
think.
don't know. 100 Thieves plays this aggressive for sure.
Well,
Never seen
and at
them.
the level that they're playing on,
Yeah.
100 Thieves does. Though.
Yeah.
100
I would say
Thieves does.
C9
Oh,
does
C9.
too. There's some good bot lane shenanigans
Yeah.
that Vulcan
Okay. No,
does.
you're right. You're right. 100 Thieves and C9 do.
Yeah.
I just like Liquid a lot.
Yes, we know. We know, Kevin. We know. It's fine.
All right, Alistair,
Y'all
what's the
talk
coin
about
say?
10th place Alfari. Good lord.
So we don't actually know which side because do we know who's gonna start blue and red?
Wait, what did
That's how I
the?
determine.
If C9 gets their but they're both second
ju-
seeds. How does that even work
say you
out?
just
I
Let's
think
just
they have
say-
some coin flip.
100 Thieves.
I'm
is
just gonna
blue
say
side.
it's 3-2 for red side. Whoever
Okay.
starts red.
Okay.
Let's just
Okay.
So we'll
say,
say that-
it's 100 Thieves. Wait, what did the coin predict in the 100 Thieves C9 series? That's the real question.
100
3-1.
Thieves 3-1.
Okay, so they're saying 100 Thieves Team Liquid, right?
Yeah.
The coin is saying 100 Thieves Team Liquid.
Yeah.
So I think Team Liquid should get blue side because they're first seed. So let's just assume that. So 100 Thieves should be red side. Plus, the color of 100 Thieves logo is red, so I think that's fine.
Very nice. Very nice.
Wow.
Okay.
Well,
Until you
I'll-
threw
I'll
that
just-
line in, I was kind of
I'll
on the
just-
fence.
I'll just say red side. I think we just say red side, and then whoever we see is red side, then that's what the coin went for.
All right.
That's
But 100 Thieves is red, so I like my logic better. I don't know. I think it makes more sense.
Wow, this is some hot topics right here going on. Hot
Team
discussion.
Liquid looks
you-
blue. They have a blue logo. It's perfect,
He
guys.
does kind of in Mitchell's way once again of convincing. He somehow makes a logical sense here. I don't. It's
Mitchell,
just
a career in politics is in your future.
career in
if you ever
politics.
so
My friend.
choose it.
You would convince
No
the other
cap.
candidate.
Yo,
like,
I'll
right
be in the
away.
middle of a political speech. No cap. Vote blue. My shirt is blue. You know,
Oh,
like.
gosh. That's so
And they're like,
colors.
man, he must be talking about like the blue collar workers and all that,
I
like
know.
the symbolism.
Yes.
He's
I
like,
have a blue collar.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right.
that wraps up all our predictions. Is there anything you guys want to say? Last thoughts, final thoughts before we wrap it up. You guys good?
Seraphine bot is the new Sonateric, and I hate it.
I know.
I love it when it's on my team. I hate watching it or it's on the enemy team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really like watching it, but whatever. I
It's
guess I didn't really
ace.
like watching Sonateric either. So
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Seraphine's just super Sona. Like
Yeah.
I didn't think that they are the similar in the kit, but like the way they played their play loop is
yeah,
just so
yeah,
annoying.
it's very similar. Yeah.
Oh
Double
my
lift got out
god.
at the right time. Can you
I
imagine
know.
double lift
He's
on
like, no
Seraphine?
more. Yeah.
Yes.
Johnson's Seraphine was kind of lit. Like I was watching that
He was
game where
good.
Liquid's so strong, and then Johnson was like, "No, on my back," and also Jose Diego at times.
Yeah.
We will win this game, or at least like keep the game going.
He was 5-1 with like 15 Magi stacks and landing some
Yeah.
crazy ultis. It just
Yeah.
wasn't enough. Yeah.
I mean, the character's also just busted beyond belief. But I
Yeah.
agree that he played it better than anyone else has played it, bar maybe one of the MF Seraphine duos. I don't know who was playing
Yeah.
Seraphine, but someone played MF Seraphine and made that look stupid.
we should let's talk briefly about picks we might see. I think we're gonna see more Seraphine. I think we could see Seraphine mid, right? I feel like the mid meta is at the point
Hey,
where if you're not in
good
TF
point.
Galio,
Yeah.
you can just sit there and scale, right? If the enemy team is playing Syndra or Orianna, you can just F off, right? Go
Yeah.
down 5-10 CS and outscale the Syndra.
Good point.
Or go even in lane with
I
Orianna.
can see that. I think that's a
Yeah.
really good point. Well, then, do you think we could see Sona mid?
No, Sona's
No,
trash.
no. She would get absolutely blown out of the water.
Yeah.
All right.
Persona
Pollution.
will never be able to step past her
I
inhibitor
know.
tower if we see her in LCS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would
I
be
would
cool.
pick
Also,
Nocturne and
Mitchell, I
just
love how
one
we start
shot her
talking about
on
Seraphine and
spawn.
Crisp joins the chat.
Hey, Crisp. Mitch
Ah.
looking hot. What?
What?
Yeah.
No, if Sona gets played, not only am I going to tilt, I am going to laugh at it at the game end at 18 minutes.
Yeah, that would be pretty hilarious to see. Well, I don't think it's going to happen now, at least, but you never know. You never know in the LCS. But all right, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you again to my co-hosts Kevin, Mitchell, Alistair for always sharing their wise insights. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to email us at theallinpodcastlol@gmail.com, or you could tweet us at theallinpodcast. Thanks again for listening, everybody on Twitch, for joining in. For you guys listening or watching the video, appreciate the support. But until next time, enjoy your climb on the Rift. Try not to be too toxic.
Sucks.
And we'll see you on the next episode. Sona sucks! Peace!